In this next chapter, we're going to focus our work on sections in a notebook. So far in this title, as we've moved through the various lessons, we've seen those tabs across the top of our notebooks representing the different sections. So in this chapter, we need to talk about how you add and remove sections, how you move them around, rename them. We're going to look at section groups, for example, and a little bit more. So here you can see I don't have any notebooks open at this time. To start off this chapter, we're going to create a brand new notebook, which will give us a number of sections that we can work with. So I'm going to go up to the File menu, in this case down to New, and over and across to Notebook. Here I get to choose a notebook template from the Notebook Wizard. So I'm going to go down here to a Client's Notebook. And the name that I'm going to give this, let's just call it My Clients. You can choose a color for your notebook if you prefer. If you're going to have multiple notebooks open, color coding is not a bad idea. I'm going to go for this blue at the top and click the Next button. This is just going to be a notebook I use on my computer. Later on in this title, we'll be talking about sharing your notebooks. So multiple computers and multiple people sharing notebooks, that's all coming up later. Right now, we'll just use it on this computer. Click Next. And you can accept the default location for where this is going to be saved. So let's click Create. Now right away you can see the name My Clients up here in the top left corner, and we have a number of tabs. These tabs represent the various sections given to us by that template. Under Start here we see information about using the client notebook. So here are some ideas down below for using this notebook. File all your notes from meetings with individual clients. You've got tips down here to move items from one section or a notebook to another, and so on. So the nice thing about these templates is they do give you some training, some tips, some ideas for how to use this particular type of notebook. Then we get into the tabs or sections representing different clients. Client A, Client B. Here's another one. Client C. We've even got one here for open issues. And you can see down below under tips just to keep track of open issues, and you can get tasks in here and use hyperlinks and so on. So the first thing we're going to do is remove this first one. So we're going to talk about deleting a section. When I click on Start here, once I get familiar with working with notebooks and sections, I really don't need this information. So the easiest way to remove a section is just to right click on it. The right button on your mouse, just give it a click, go down to Delete from the pop-up menu, and you'll need to confirm you meant to do that by clicking Yes. That section is now gone. So here we've got Client A, B, C, and Open Issues. Let's say we have 4 clients altogether and we need an additional section. We need a new section. Well, it just so happens if we go up to the standard toolbar, the New button appears to have a little tab next to it, and as we hover over this button, it is the default for a new section. If we click the drop down, you'll see we can add new pages, subpages, sections, and section groups. So we do want a new section. We'll give it a click. It's automatically added to the end, and notice that it's highlighted. New section 1 is kind of selected or shaded, which means we can now type right over that, giving it a name. I'm going to type in Client D. All right, when I hit Enter, it's locked in. I've got my blank page here using the default template for new pages in this particular notebook. So now I've got Client A, B, C. You can see that Client A, B, and C have the same template in the background. When I go to Client D here, it doesn't use the same template, so I might want to go back to the previous chapter when we talked about using templates and set up this template that I see for clients A, B, and C as the default for this notebook. That way, every time I add a new tab, I'm going to have the same look and feel. But this will get you started. Now you know how to add and remove sections in a notebook. We're going to take it a step further in the next lesson.